r/askreddit. What terrible product sells by the millions?
Printer ink cartridges.
I hate the printers that refuse to print a black and white page just because it's out of yellow ink.
Or you have a combo printer/scanner that refuses to scan if it's out of yellow ink.
My Took franchise just keeps getting progressively worse. More ads, more incentives to spend money. Gameplay barely changes.
Goes for pretty much every sports game out there. FIFA, Madden, etc.
MB Took is a different level. It's unbelievably lazy at this point. Complete greed fest.
My data.
I saw you were thinking about toast today. Here's 10 ads on toast.
I saw you watched a video review for a vacuum cleaner. Here's 30 more even though you've already purchased one.
Herbalife.
Any MLM product, really all them are just the same as the stuff you can get in stores at a way marked up price.
Who knew having 9 different people take a cut before the product gets to a customer would inflate prices? Oh. Cheap toilet paper that your finger goes right through unless you fold it over several times.
Some people need a trip through Mud Valley to stay humble.
It's not a big deal. You had a big mud pie. You used too small a slice. I ate the mud pie and now my stomach is absolutely fucked.
Pay to win games.
I got sucked into State of Survival not knowing what pay to win even was. Been playing for over a year and dumped money into fake stats. It can easily become an addiction. Lesson learned. Never again.
I'd give you an award, but I spent all my money on plasma.
FIFA.
Cable TV for major providers. They made money effing people over, and then when streaming services changed the game, they decided to continue finding new ways to F you over. God help you if you live in a rural area.
You know, the original concept of cable TV with TV without ads. LOL. That didn't last long. Valley screw you if you want to watch sports. Cable has always been a terrible product.
I remember being a kid and seeing ads that claims cable TV had no ads. LOL. Oh, to be young and naive again.
Penis enlargement pills.
Link?
He doesn't need them. Zelda.
Wildly overpriced microtransactions in video games. It's genuinely absurd. $25 for a little outfit for your character in a first-person shooter where you do not see your little outfit is a perfect example.
I remember the good old days when people were mad about horse armor. I hate the slow attrition that got us to this point. Paying full title price just for a skin is absurd, yet pretty much every game does it, implying there are people who are paying up. Madness.
It's crazy to think about those days. Why should I pay a few bucks for horse armor? This is an atrocity. I bought the whole game. Give me the whole game. Give me the whole game I paid for. Looks like the whiny gamers of the past were actually right. Look at where we are now.
Fruits that have to be repackaged individually.
So every supermarket fruit in Japan?
You know those super expensive peaches. My last trip to Japan drove through Kofu and visited the Fuifukagawa Fruit Park. Right outside there were several fruit stands that gave each visitor a big butt peach to taste. Easily $10 each at the markets in Tokyo.
Alienware computers. They used to be genuinely top of the line gaming machines, expensive but well balanced and good bang for your buck. Then Dell bought them and ran the product line into the ground, stuffing them with way too much RAM and way too little everything else, but keeping the premium price. The brand still has enough cultural momentum among teenage gamers, however, that they still sell despite the terrible price point.
Pro tip. Before Dell bought Alienware, they were Clevos. And good news, you can still buy a Clevo from numerous resellers, Eurocom or XMG, for example. They still are great. Well, besides their software, that can go for Clevos now.
I really can't recommend Eurocom. I've had terrible experiences with their customer support. My old System 76 was a tank, though. Ouch. Like Summer's Eve. That stuff is totally unnecessary if you're hygienic.
It's also actually bad for your pate balance, too. You shouldn't stink, but if it smells like artificial flowers down there, it's a problem, too.
Yeah, the vagina is self-cleaning.
Larry, any sport games that come out once a year.
It made sense 20 years ago when graphics were improving so fast that each year's game was actually different than the year before's. In 2021, they should just release a content pack every year to update player data, and then put out a new version every 5 years or so when there's actually something to change in the game.
Diet shakes / pills / teas, etc.
My boyfriend was trying to lose weight desperately for a job. He made a list of everything he wanted. He wanted a girdle to suck in his belly, eggs, and 4 different diet pills. The cost of just one box was well over $50, and he wanted 4. I told him the diet pills will never work, and they might make him sick. Bought 1 box anyway. He lost a couple pounds. Water weight. In order to lose more, he starved himself and ate 3 eggs once per day or nothing at all. He would have a smoothie a few times a week, which is several hundred calories. He's lost about 100 pounds, but because he's given himself anorexia.
Microtransactions in games. The cosmetic ones I can understand, they can be fun, but the pay-to-win ones are terrible and yet they make millions every year.
Most mobile games fall into the pay-to-win category. It's ruined what used to be a nice little distraction. I'm happy to pay to remove ads or get some additional content now and again, but if I have to keep paying to beat the game, F off.
Shout out to Bat6. Only $5 off and on sale for $1. Full butt game that gets frequent updates adding new content. Farthest thing from pay to win.
Goop. Not gonna lie, I'm genuinely curious about what that candle smells like. I mean, I don't imagine it smells even remotely like Vaj. I just want to know the angle. Does it smell like roses or something because she's conceited and thinks she has a divinely perfect snack? Honestly, if it actually smells like apple, it would be one of the funniest jokes a celebrity has ever made. Weird, to be sure, but effing hilarious.
It smells like flowers. It isn't meant to actually smell like a vagina. The name of the candle is sort of a tongue-in-cheek way of saying my vagina smells fabulous.
Shark cards, gold bars, or any other microtransaction which gives you virtual money in a world you'll be playing a lot anyway, so you'd be getting that money anyway.
Shtar is a huge offender of this. Play the game like it's your job or get none of the new content that gets released.
Haha! Surprise toys or any such surprise toy. They sell like crazy, and the whole idea is to buy them, open the wrapper, and see what you've got once open the toy Jay's never used.
Lego minifigures are the only good surprise nowadays. You always get a fun minifigure, not China, LOL plastic.
Lego is quality which lasts generation of kids.
Stuff with microbeads. Seriously, how was this ever legal in the first place, and why is it still legal?
Dental field here. In 2008, when I started seeing tiny blue remnants of a foreign material below a patient's gum line, I first asked, what are they using? As I started removing this stuff in more and more patients, it was narrowed down to their toothpaste. I didn't know it was plastic at the time. Thanks Crest Pro Health with microbursts. Little did everyone know the environmental effects from a toothpaste. I stopped recommended the Crest Pro Health line just based off what I saw patient-wise. Terrible.
Is there something that we could look for, like an ingredient or certain marketing verbiage, so we can avoid things like this?
Plastic water/soda bottles. Environmentally terrible.
In Germany, we've got a pledge system for this. You pay 0.25 euro more for the bottle, but you can give it back and get your money back. This ensures that the bottles will be recycled.
Some states, I'm American, have deposits for soda/beer bottles, but most don't to my knowledge, and there's nothing for water bottles. It's a shame.
Any product where marketing is 95% of the production budget.
Anything made by or in cahoots with Kylie Jenner.
Any Jenner/Kardashian.
Bottled air.
To all the people who sell air, you greedy dirtbag.
Let it die, let it die. Let it shrivel up and die.